Hello, dear children. Thanks a lot for patiently waiting. If you can hear my voice, can you please give me a thumbs up? Okay, okay, that's great. That's great. I was facing some issues with the audio connectivity only, but right now, from your thumbs up, it is pretty clear that you can listen to my voice. That's great. So, without any further delay, let's continue with what we were going to do today. In the previous class, if you remember, we dealt with square and cube roots. Okay, square, square root, cube, and cube roots. In today's class, we are going to deal with problems related to them. Okay, so mainly, like this is called as worksheet. You for those who don't know the system, how we function, what we generally do, or what I generally do is, yeah, here it is. So what I generally do, I basically deal with one chapter. Okay, I teach one chapter, a theory from the textbook itself. And after I teach theory, what I do, I solve the worksheet. And in the textbook, there are few numericals which you have to solve as a homework. Not now. I will, after we solve the worksheet, then you have to try the problems in the textbook. Now, if you ask me where are the problems in the textbook, I'll just guide you. Where are the problems? For example, yeah, this was the chapter which we did in the previous class, square roots and cube roots. So after completing everything, there are certain solved examples there are. You can practice them, solved examples first. And after practicing solved examples, you have to solve the exercise. So mainly what we are targeting is basically exercise. So I will suggest to first solve the solved example just for you to, get an idea on how are we going to solve the problems. After that, you have to solve the exercise. So exercise is basically a homework for you. So when you have to do this homework, you have to complete all the questions till question number 31. When you have to do after completing the worksheet. So first we will complete the worksheet, my dear children. So after we complete the worksheet, then only you have to do the solved examples. Before that, you don't have to do. Okay. And I can see two hands raised. First of all, Naitik, let me know what is your query.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, I tried the solved examples.
Hmm.
The exercise. I
Hmm.
only got question 25 as wrong. I think the question is wrong.
Okay, maybe it is that is a possibility. I will not discuss that possibility right now because I want everyone to solve, and then after that I'll discuss the possibility. So, first
Sir,
of all, what we'll do, just a minute, let me complete what I'm saying. Today, I will be definitely solving the worksheet only, not the exercise problems. Even if you have any doubts in the exercise problems, I won't be taking those doubts today because I will be solving worksheet only. After solving worksheet only, you are expected to do the exercise. And after that, if you're having any doubt, after solving worksheet, then you did exercise. Then if you have any doubt, we will be taking those doubts in in the future classes. Now you can let me know if you have any other query. Any of the children is having any query.
so where do we get these worksheets?
These worksheets are supposed to be sent in your WhatsApp group. I मिला है क्या WhatsApp group पे?
Yes, sir,
Sir,
we received the worksheet.
actually, this is my first class, so I was added in the group a little bit late, so I think I'll figure it out myself.
Okay, Siddharth. Thank you. Thanks a lot for understanding. सो यस सो आई बिलीव एक बेसिक प्लान सबके लिए क्लियर हो गया है सो पहले हम थ्योरी डिस्कस करेंगे फर्स्ट वी विल बी डिस्कसिंग द थ्योरी आई वोंट बी सॉल्विंग द एक्सरसाइज प्रॉब्लम पहले हम थ्योरी करेंगे कुछ सॉल्व्ड एग्जांपल्स करेंगे फ्यू सॉल्व्ड एग्जांपल्स वी विल बी डूइंग देन वी विल बी डूइंग वर्कशीट देन फ्रॉम माय एंड इट दैट्स इट फॉर अ चैप्टर then from your end exercise will remain as your homework okay या एंड वर्कशीट में से भी कैसे होता है कभी कभी समटाइम्स आई गिव फ्यू प्रॉब्लम्स एज होमवर्क फ्रॉम द वर्कशीट नॉट ऑल प्रॉब्लम्स बट फ्यू प्रॉब्लम्स those problems also come as the homework okay but majority of the worksheet problems I will prefer to solve in the classroom itself unless and until we are facing any lack of time I will prefer to solve in the classroom itself anyway so without any further delay let me start with the worksheet this is your worksheet standard 8. And Siddharth, as you have mentioned that you are new to this session, I will request you to maintain one strategy. That strategy is nothing but raising your hand before asking a question. Okay.
Sir, I was there
So,
in the IPM mega final, so I know the rule. So,
okay, that's great. Thank you, Siddharth. Just a minute. Let me just adjust the volume a bit. Okay. So here it is the first question. In the first question, they have said that if root 3 is equal to so and so, they have already given the value of root 3, then we are supposed to find the value of root 75. So whenever they give such kind of data, root 3 is equal to something, iska matlab ye hota hai, it means that whatever number they have given, some big number they have given, you have to break this number such that there is a 3 inside the root. Okay, so I can break this number as, any guesses?
Sir,
75 can be broken
can I?
as
Root
3
3 into
multiplied by what?
25, na?
Yes, 3
3
into 25,
multiplied by 20.
absolutely correct. 3 multiplied by 25, I can break this number as. Very good. Now, this number, since this is the first problem, I'll solve everything in detail. From the next problem onwards, I would be solving all the steps. Okay. So basically, whenever there is a multiplication or division, you can basically split the roots. This I've already told you. So I'm going to split the roots into for both the numbers. It's root 3 multiplied by root 25. Root 25 is nothing but 5, as you know, and root 3's value, they have already given this as 1.732. Then you have multiplied by 5. Okay. So whatever is this, that will be your answer. Okay. Now, either you can sit and multiply and then find out what is the answer, or there is one method which I generally prefer to do. Whenever I see something is multiplied with 5, what do? I basically do this as 10 upon 2. Okay. This is my strategy. I'm not asking you to follow this. I'm just sharing my strategy with you. If you feel this is easy for you as well, you can follow. Otherwise, you can simply multiply them. Okay. Whichever sounds good to you. Now, what I'm going to do is
Sir,
I'm going to just a minute, Amol. What I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply by 10. That is nothing but I'll shift the decimal by one place. So when I'll shift, this number becomes 17.32. Sorry, 32 divided by 2. So 17 ka half. What can be 17.32 ka half? 17 ka half is 8.5 and 32 ka half is 16. So your answer is
Sir, 8
basically
point.
7. Yes, 8.5 plus 0.16. 32 ka half 16, 17 ka half 8.5. When you add them, you will get 8.66. Okay. So option 4 is your answer. I'm pretty sure कि आप लोगों को पहले से ही आंसर मिल चुका होगा, but still I wanted to explain this because I was sharing a different method. Okay. Yes, Krithvi, let me know what's your query.
yes, sir. So we can also do it like 1732 upon 1000 into 10 upon 2. So the zeros will get cancelled. There'll be 2 zeros remaining, and then like that also we can do.
Yeah, you can do that also. Not a problem. Yeah, Amol, let me know what's your query.
Sir, this is the textbook or is this the worksheet?
This is the worksheet.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Krithvi, you can put your hands down since your query is answered.
Yes.
Very good.
Sir,
Sorry, बोलिए.
in this case, we can also do like see root 75 is greater than root of 64. So only one option is greater than 8. So that way also we can.
Yes, absolutely, my dear child. That is also an excellent method. Root 75 is greater than root of 64. Root 64 is 8. So any number greater than 8 can be our potential answer. Very good. Okay. But such cases may fail only if this option was 8.56 or this option was 9.66 or something like that. ऐसे कुछ options रहते हैं तो that case would not have worked. But yes, I appreciate. In this case, you can use that method. Not a problem. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Going to the second problem, find the value of 7.5 square. I'm assuming आप लोगों ने note down किया होगा. So try to note down along with me, or maybe take a screenshot after I note down. I'll give you some time to note down or complete what you're writing so that I can proceed further after that. Yes, Rishan, tell me.
Sir, do we have to solve these questions side by side or do we just have to observe?
See, whichever suits the best to you, that you have to do. So in this case, I generally suggest what? Observe what I'm solving. Okay. Don't solve along with me. Observe what I'm solving. And then in the end, you can take a screenshot. Okay. and take a
Okay, sir.
screenshot and
Thank you.
save it as an image somewhere in your computer or mobile phone, and then after the class is over you can just note it down in your notebook, so that it will be a practice, double practice for you. First time you heard, the next time you wrote, so it will be a double practice. That is my first suggestion. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Proceeding further. So going to the second problem, find the value of 7.5 square minus 5.5 square. So whenever you get such kind of problem, so obviously one method is what you literally find the square of 7.5. Like 7.5 multiplied by 7.5 कितना होता है find करो, and then 5.05 multiplied by 5.05 कितना होता है find करो. You find them, and then you subtract both the answers. This is definitely one method. Otherwise, I'll give you one more technique. So whenever you find there are two numbers which are squared first and then subtracted, so I'll give a simple technique. First, you add those numbers. Then you multiply with the subtraction of those numbers. In this case, 7.5 and 5.05, I first added them. Now I'm subtracting them. Now over here, when you add these two numbers, what do you get?
12.55.
Very good, 12.55. When you subtract these two numbers, what do you get?
2.45.
2.45.
Very good,
2.45.
2.45. So squaring them means क्या होता है? 7.5 was supposed to be multiplied with 7.5 once, and then again multiplication, then subtraction. So this, when you do this ना, there are, मतलब दो बार multiply करने की जरूरत नहीं, बस एक ही बार multiply करना. Only one time you have to multiply, and then you can directly get the answer. But in this case, what I will suggest is, before multiplying, just think for a moment. What could be the potential answer? Okay. Now, if you think logically, okay, all these complicated numbers you simply ignore. If you think logically, 12 का double है, 12 twos are is 24. So obviously 12.5 multiplied by 2.5 will be definitely greater than 24. So in this case, greater, so it is not lesser than 24. So 5 is not your answer. 24 is not your answer. So something greater than 24 is definitely your answer. In this case, your answer is, there are two options, 30 and 74. Now, logically speaking, 12.5, चलो 12.5 को छोड़ो यार, you simply consider 13. Logically, yeah, logically speaking, I know that 13 multiplied by अगर 3 भी किया, where 13 is greater than 12.5 and 3 is greater than 2.45, that also is going to give me 39 only. So I'm pretty sure my answer is greater than 24, but it is less than 39. I'm very sure. So find a number which is greater than 24 but less than 39. So in this case, 30.475 can be your potential answer. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So what did I do? I simply avoided the multiplication. मतलब multiply करने में कैसे time जाता है. So in order to save that time, I simply just did a guesswork. Hence I went for 30. हाँ, अगर यहाँ पर if like the second option was not simply 5, it was, let's say, 32 or something like that, and this was somewhere like 27 or 29 or something like that, then मैं ये method करता ही नहीं था. I would have simply multiplied and found the answer. Since we have, very different kind of figures, 74 and 5, they are on the extremes. I can easily eliminate them. So I'm left with 30. Yes, Naitik, what is your query?
Sir, why did you cut the fourth option? It is greater than 24.
But it is greater by such a small margin, my dear child. Okay, if you feel, okay, चलो एक और example लेता हूँ. I'm just considering 12.5, okay? Multiplied by, I'm not going to consider 2.45, just I'm considering 2. अगर सिर्फ 2 से भी अगर multiply किया, my answer should have been 25. So one thing is clear, my answer is greater than 25 also. I hope now I'm making any sense, okay?
Yes, sir.
Because यहाँ पर 4
Yes,
5
sir.
डालेंगे तो obviously 25 से बढ़ जाएगा आंसर. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll just wait for a few seconds and then I'll erase this. Okay, proceeding further. Question number 3, the value of root 2 is given as 1.414. Then find the value of 36 raised to 3 by 2 multiplied by 12 raised to 1 by 2 divided by 6 raised to 3 by 2. So this might require some more space. I'll do one thing. I'll use a whiteboard. Where is the whiteboard? अरे यार whiteboard कहाँ गया? Yep. Yep. So here it is. Okay, this new whiteboard is pretty difficult, yeah. Okay, I can see so many names jumping around here. It's actually distracting. Wait, I'll just close this. I'll use some other idea. The Zoom made an upgradation जो actually पुराने वाले से बेकार है. पुराना वाला better था. So is my screen visible to you guys with a white screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes, sir.
That's great. So I'll do one thing. I'll just write that question 36 raised to 3 by 2. 36 raised to 3 by 2 multiplied by 12 raised to 1 by 2. So 12 raised to 1 by 2 divided by 6 raised to 3 by 2. Now, first of all, as I've already said, multiplication division में तुम सबको join भी कर सकते हो और सबको तोड़ भी सकते हो. You can join them or you can break them. Okay, both way it works. And one more thing you should remember: this something raised to half is basically square root. Simple funda. Okay. So something raised to half means square root it is. So in this case, you have 3.5. 3 and multiplied by half. 3 by 2 is nothing but 3 multiplied by half, and this is again half. So all of them are having half. So I can do one thing. I can take this half common outside. So I can write this as 36 raised to 3 multiplied by 12 divided by 6 raised to 3. And this has an overall half. Am I clear this much? I took half common from 36 raised to 3 by 2, 12 raised to 1 by 2 and 6 raised to 3 by 2. हर जगह से मैंने half common लेके बाहर डाल दिया. Okay. This half means square root for your kind information. Yes, Rishan, what's your query?
Sir, won't 6 raised to the power 3 also, 12 will also be divided by 6 raised to the power 3? No?
6 raised to the power 3. What you have to divide with that?
Sir, 12 will also be divided by 6 raised to the power 3, right?
I will not divide 12. I'll tell you what is the reason to that, because 6 raised to 3 comprises of 3 sixes. So it's basically 6 into 6 into 6. So I can divide, but it will simply create more complications. Instead of that, I'll give you a shorter method, okay? A better method. So in this case over here, 36 is also having raised to 3 and 6 is also having raised to 3. So what I'll do, I'll take 36 upon 6 and I'll take raised to 3 as common outside. Now what happens? I can directly cancel 36 with 6 and I'll be left with 6 over here. Am I clear? And then raised to half. Raised to half is already there, as you know.
No, sir, I'm talking about this. Won't there be like this whole line will be there, right?
Okay. Okay, that was your query. Okay. Good question. Nice you asked. Now what happens, in case of multiplication, you can okay, whenever a denominator, I'll give you a very simple example. If A plus B divided by C you have, then you are supposed to do A divided by C plus B divided by C. But if you have A multiplied by D divided by C, then either you have to give your C to A, that is one option, or you will have to give your C to B. So either it will be below
Oh,
A
yes,
or it
sir.
will be below C. Okay.
Sorry, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. In this case, अपना multiplication का example है, hence I did not use it. Okay. I'll अरे हाँ ये annotation अलग है. Oh man, I should have used this annotation only. Paint का use ही नहीं करना चाहिए था. Paint is waste of time. It's not getting selected also.
Sir, try increasing the size of the eraser.
Where is the option to increase the size of the eraser? If I will do plus, it's okay. I'll do one thing. I'll just okay. So हाल फिलहाल के लिए this thing I have erased. I'll continue my solving with the zoom annotation. This is also visible to you, right? Red color.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
that's right. So over here, what do I have? 6 raised to 3. So I'll write this
So,
as
sir,
6 multi.
216 into 12 raised to the power half.
Yes. So that is one method. You can directly multiply and make it a bigger number. Now what happens? I generally don't prefer to make it a bigger number because बड़ा number होते हैं ना solving difficult हो जाता है. So I try to make them a smaller number. So in this case, what do I write this as? I'll write 6 raised to 3 as 6 into 6 into 6. And then I have 12. I will break this 12 as 6 into 2. Now what do I have? This is basically raised to half means this is basically square root. Over here I have 2 sixes, 2 sixes. You know that 2 sixes is basically 6 square. 6 square का square root निकालेंगे तो it becomes 6. So basically when I take it out of the square root, this 2 sixes becomes 1 6. Over here also I have 2 sixes. When I take it out of the square root, it becomes 1 6 outside the square root. And then inside the square root, I am left with only one number, that is root 2. Am I clear? So your
Yes,
answer
sir.
is
And we have
technically
root
speaking
2's value.
36 multiplied by root 2. And you have root 2's value as 1.4, 1.414 or something like that. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So your answer goes like this: 36 multiplied by 1.414 something. I don't remember what was that.
1.414.
Yeah, 4142. Just a minute. Yeah, 4142. And now I'll check the options. For अरे लेकिन option check किया तो ये annotation बिगड़ जाएगा. So I'll do one thing. I'll directly okay, सारे answers 50 में. So in this case, you have to multiply and check. I just check the options. All the answers are near 50s. So in that case, मैं ना अपना approximation नहीं करूँगा. I'll simply do the calculation. 1.4142 से अगर multiply करेंगे तो I'll be getting 50.911.
Option B.
50.912. Very true,
Yes,
very
sir.
true. And in your case, this answer comes as option number 2. It's option number 2. Okay. This is question number 3. I'll wait for you guys to just make a note or take a screenshot or whichever sounds good to you. And then I'll erase this. Okay, proceeding further. Yep. So your answer is option 2 in this case. So why did I calculate them properly? Because all the answers are 50 point something. So in this case, है ना अपना approximation ना करे तो अच्छा रहेगा. So hence it's better to solve them. Okay. Whenever you have answers very, बहुत दूर दूर रहेगा तो do your approximation. जैसे कि in this case 24, 35, 74, they are very far from each other. So in this case, we can easily do the approximation. In the first question also, the options were very far. Okay. Anyway, proceeding to the fourth question. Speaking about the fourth question, if cube root of 343 is 7, they have already said that cube root of 343 is 7, then find the value of cube root of 0.343 minus cube root of 0.0000343. Okay, now let me just break this number. So first of all, sorry, 343, 0.343 ko when I bring the decimal 1, 2, 3 times ahead, basically I have to divide this number by 1000. Okay, this becomes cube root of 343 upon 1000 minus over here, it will be cube root of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and then 6 zeros. Either I can write 1 and 6 zeros, or I'll simply write this as 10 raised to 6 in simple logic. Okay. It becomes 10 raised to 6 inside the cube root. Okay. Now 343 ka cube root is 7. We know that. 1000 ka cube root is 10. Now I'll just write, instead of writing 1000, I'll write this as 10 raised to 3. Now, since it is the first time, I'll just solve. So how do I find the cube root of 10 raised to 3? The cube root, okay, 10 raised to 3 अंदर का number है, cube root can be written as 1 by 2. Sorry, 1 by 3. I've already told you that square root can be written as 1 by 2. If square root can be written as 1 by 2, then cube root to 1 by 3 होना चाहिए. Same logic. Hence, I have written cube root as 1 by 3. Now, what happens? This, okay, since this is the first one, I'll solve in detail. So what happens? This is power के ऊपर का power. Power के ऊपर का power हमेशा आपस में multiply होते हैं. So what happens? This is written as 3 and then multiplied by 1 by 3. 3 multiplied by 1 by 3 में क्या होता है? 3 and 3 gets cancelled and your answer becomes 10 raised to 1. Same logic goes for 10 raised to 6 also. I'll use the same logic. This is 10 raised to 6 and we have a cube root, matlab 1 raised to 1 by 3. This can be written as 10 raised to 6 multiplied by 1 by 3. When you basically 6 and 3 आपस में cancel होके इधर 2 बचेगा. This becomes 10 raised to 2. That is in the denominator. For 7 के नीचे तो you have 10 minus. On the other hand, what you have again 343 जिसका cube root हो जाएगा 7 divided by 10 raised to 6 का cube root हो जाएगा 10 raised to 2, which is nothing but 100. Vihan, tell me if you have a doubt, you can tell me. Don't suggest me any other method.
Sir, if we have something to the power 3 by 2, so it is basically that number square, right?
3 by 2 means square नहीं होता ना.
If it's to the power 3 by 2.
No. 3 by 2 is not square. 3 by 2 मतलब क्या होता है? You are basically 3 मतलब you're cubing and upon 2 मतलब square root. Cube करने का then square root निकालने का. This is not equal to square. No, they are not same.
Okay.
अगर 4 by 2 होता तो it would have been same. 4 by 2 होता तो 4 and 2 आपस में cancel होके इधर 2 बचेगा. Then it becomes 10 raised to 2. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. So in this case, yeah, 7 upon 10 is nothing but 0.7 minus 7 upon 100 is 0.07. When you subtract them, you will get the answer to be 0.63. And you have your answer over here, option 3. Option 3 is your correct answer. I'll wait for a minute. Okay, proceeding further. So you have another number like 0.4 raised to 3, 0.04 raised to 3, 0.5 raised to 3, 0.05 raised to 3. Now, what is the, like, that is equal to x. Now the question is, what is the value of x? Now, logically speaking, you can know, you should know that it's basically decimal को अगर आप shift करेंगे ऊपर नीचे दोनों जगह पे, I'll just do it over here. This 0.4, ओके, मैं उसको एक काम करता हूँ, नीचे डेसिमल को 2 बार शिफ्ट करता हूँ, 1 2. नीचे अगर 2 बार शिफ्ट किया तो ऊपर भी 2 बार शिफ्ट कर सकता हूँ, 1 2. सो द न्यूमरेटर बिकम्स व्हाट, 40. because 4 गया and 4 के आगे एक और बार गया, so one more time it goes ahead, it becomes 40, and in the denominator you have 4. 40 is also raised to 3 and 4 is also raised to 3. मैंने common निकाल दिया, common raised to 3. Multiplied by, over here also same logic, it's like denominator 1 2 times denominator में shift करना है तो 2 times numerator पे shift करो, this becomes 50 in the numerator and 5 in the denominator, raised to 3. Now what happens, you know that this is 10, you know that this is 10, okay, which means logically speaking 0.04 और 0.4 को अगर cancel करेंगे तो answer should have been 10. मैं अगर वो directly cancel करता तो you might have got confused. इसी वजह से मैंने क्या किया, decimal को shift किया, made it a simpler number and then I cancelled. But in future if you'll see such kind of numbers where one is 0.04 and the other one is just 0.4, तो decimals के बीच का फर्क सिर्फ 1 decimal का ही फर्क है. So you can, the numbers are same, only a 1 decimal का फर्क है तो you can directly cancel and write 10. अगर 2 decimal का फर्क है तो you cancel and write 100. 3 decimal का फर्क है तो cancel and write 1000. It goes like that. जितने भी decimals का फर्क है उतना you have to write zeros. Okay. By the way, this meeting is going to end, so I'll solve this immediately. This one becomes 10 raised to 3. This one becomes 10 raised to 3. So 10 raised to 3 multiplied by 10 raised to 3. And so when you take 10 raised to, ये भी 10 raised to 3 है, ये भी 10 raised to 3 है. So logically speaking, इसके पास 3 जीरो से, इसके पास 3 जीरो से कुल मिलाकर अगर आप जोड़ देंगे तो 1 2 3 4 5 6, there will be 6 zeros. So logically speaking, this becomes 10 raised to 6. Hence your answer is 10 raised to 6. Option 1. Okay. Our meeting is going to end. We'll do one thing. We'll exit the meeting and join again.